The cry bully season is about to turn up. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Racha Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well, peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom Barakathum. And you can see this title here, Israel bombs Iran state broadcaster just after reporting that an Iranian begged them to. Now, this is going to be the narrative over the coming months or weeks or however long this takes. And however long this takes, this is going to result in the Third World War, okay, which is going to coincide, okay, along with the Charagma, okay. All of these things are parts of the times that we're at the end. I'll go back to Matthew 24 real quick. Just to anchor the point. We'll try to get some precepts, but make no mistake, this is not gonna turn around and calm down. Okay, remember it calmed down in times past, but guess what happened? It ramped back up. You see, so what y'all call been there, done that. We see that as the temperature turning up, the volume turning up. Okay, and this is Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, what does that mean when you see these wars and rumors of wars going into? And I believe the apostles went into that word rumor recently, and it goes into noise. If I'm not mistaken, let me go to it. Okay. Echoey, the sense of hearing, the organ sense, the organ of hearing, the ear, the thing heard. Okay, hearsay, report, rumor, fame, hearing. Okay, so you're gonna hear about a lot of wars. Okay, and then actually let me go a little bit deeper into that word Salakia. I don't know if there was a root. Let me see. Akuo. Yep, it just means to hear. Okay. So we're in the time of war, but it says the end is not yet. What does that mean? Because the end is going to be marked by this right here. Okay. Revelation 4:8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city. Now, we know that this Babylon is not talking about ancient Babylon, okay, because Babylon, when John the Revelator wrote this, okay, it had already fallen, okay. What is he talking about? He's talking about prophecies that the prophet Isaiah spoke about, the prophet Jeremiah spoke about, the prophet Ezekiel spoke about, okay. These are further breakdowns of visions and prophecies that Daniel saw, that Ezra saw. Okay. So this is cementing that, man. So that when it says Babylon, we know that this could be talking about no other nation than America. Okay. It says, because she made all the nations drink the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So all of y'all in cahoots with it, man. You all use the U.S. dollar, okay? You all mimic his military, wearing ties, okay? You all mimic his ways of life, okay? His business practices like capitalism, which capitalism is just a natural way of commerce, you know. But his version of it is unbalanced, and it's wicked, okay, because he's a lawless creature. Okay, but verse 9 says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the image and worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So this has got to happen first. Okay, it says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Okay, this is how you know Jake wrote it. Okay. You know how Jake say straight, no chaser. Okay, when he says pour it out without mixture, that means ain't nothing else in this. Okay, you ever had some Everclear straight? You know, it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so that's the chronology. Okay, so the cry bully season is about to start. Why? Because we've seen their tactics in the past. Okay, what is Trump getting ready to do? He's about to ban your ability to speak out against particular people, man. I'll just call them the name changers. Okay, you're not going to be able to speak out against the name changers in the coming days. Okay, where's the precept? I bring this out a lot. Ecclesiastes 22:24, as the vapor and smoke of a furnace goeth before a fire, so reviling before blood. Okay, so they always cry. Notice Iran has been close to making a nuclear weapon since the 90s. Okay, if you listen to Esau's rhetoric, you know, there's news articles going all the way back to the 90s. Okay, with Netanyahu behind it, saying Iran's a couple years away from making a nuclear weapon. Okay, then later in the 2000s, they're a week away. They're a month away from making a nuclear weapon in the early 2000s, man. Okay, so now all of a sudden, you know, they failed to be able to make it nuclear weapons this whole time, even though they were weeks away or years away. But now we're supposed to just believe you. But see, you know what they did was they accused them. They set up what do you call it? A justification to attack them. You see, that's what they did. Okay, that's exactly what they did. You see, and that's why the scriptures say, as the vapor of smoke of a furnace goes before the fire, so reviling before blood. See, they always demonize you, and they want everybody to be on their side when they inevitably attack you. But make no mistake, their plan was always to attack you, okay? Physically, okay? They want to put hands on us, you know, but they can't. They're going to do the same thing to us. They're going to revile us. They're going to call us all kind of names. They're going to put us in certain categories, okay? Let me get that real quick. Revelation 12. Okay. And 10, and it says, and I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night, man. Okay. You see? So they're going to be accusing. And when you go into the word accused, the Greek word should sound familiar. Okay. Kategoreo. All right. You see? And so you're going to be in a category. You see, like how they got those enemy combatants, like back when Obama, or was it Bush, that signed the Patriot Act? Okay, they had a classification or a category called enemy combatant, and if they labeled you as that, you had no rights. Your ass was going to go to a FISA court, which all the FISA court documents are sealed. It's top secret. Okay, and 99% of them, they agree with the persecutor. So in other words, a CIA officer can just drag you into FISA court and say, yeah, this guy's an enemy combatant. This is what we found. And the judge just go, boom. Okay. And then your rights are gone. Okay. So that was the suspension of habeas corpus even back then. But now what do you see Trump doing? He's broadening things out. You see, all for these people that are getting ready to accuse everybody when they're the number one perpetrators. Okay. And to further show you that this is their MO, I believe it's Jeremiah 51:7. Or maybe it's 50:7. Yep, Jeremiah 50:7. It says, all that devoured them. I start at verse 6. It says, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. All right. And so that's why a lot of blood's going to be on the hands of these Israelite camps that are telling you the Charagma is something that they know that it's not. Okay. Yet at this point, you should know all of these technocrats coming out of the woodworks and showing their faces all of a sudden. I mean, they've been behind the scenes the whole time, but now they're getting bold with it. Okay. This nigga Elon is in the White House with a tech support shirt on. Okay. Talking about he's tech support. What does that mean? Okay. Peter Thiel is now on the forefront with his new company. Okay. Larry Ellison, these people, you didn't hear them talking and taking news interviews as boldly as they are today because the technocrats have basically won. They've cemented their rulership among the elite. Okay. And they got Trump to do their bidding. Okay. So you people that are telling the Charagma that it's something that is something different, that it's sin, and you don't see what's coming, you're going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be held accountable for that. Okay? It says their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. All right? They have gone from the mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All right? You see, this is what happened to sheep. Okay? When they forget their resting place and you don't have any wherewithal to go get them, to go find them, man. Okay? Okay, we're naturally like sheep, the Israelites, man. That's why without guidance, sheep are nomadic without guidance, man. They graze grass and they go from field to field unless they know where their resting place is, okay? And they're much better under the care of a shepherd. Why? Because a sheep doesn't have any natural defenses, okay? It's not very fast, okay? It doesn't have teeth to tear and rip things, okay? So when y'all did this, y'all messed up big time. But anyway, it says, verse 7, it says, all that found them have devoured them, okay? The sheep. It says, and their adversaries said, we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh. See, they're going to be able to say these things because these wicked shepherds, okay? This includes those pastors in those churches as well. But they're going to be there. You gave them cause to do it now. All right. And we can't speak for everybody. OK, we're out here to just preach the gospel, the truth. And that's it. OK, we can't save you. We're not representing nobody except Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability. OK, and we do that through our walk, our actions. OK. And surprisingly enough, all of the things that y'all want to accuse Great Millstone of, every one of you Campton has some way bigger scandal. Okay. The Lord is about to get real sick of you, man. Okay. He's getting to the point where he's about to spew you out. Okay. Take what you're a part of seriously, man, because the scriptures say this is the evil days. Okay. I'm going to get that as well. And I'm going to close out because, my spirit, I'm trying to, I have to turn my spirit up and down in between my lunch breaks, at work. You kind of get fired up a little bit, then you got to go back in there and hey, Sharon, you're like, man, fuck you. You people are going to die, man, but anyway, verse Jeremiah 50:7, it says, all that devoured them and their adversaries, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even the Lord Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. So this is what they're getting ready to do, okay? The anti-S thing, that's about to be codified in law. You ain't going to be able to speak out against them, okay? Trump is codifying in federal law about the AI. The states won't even be able to pass laws against it, okay? So they're getting ready to do something wicked with this AI. What are they up to? Huh? What is Palantir up to? Why is all these AI laws and these projects like Stargate getting greenlit with crazy amounts of money? All right. They can't scrape together a few pennies to help the homeless, but then all of a sudden they got $500 billion to just throw on AI. America has energy grid problems all over the land. But they're getting ready to double the amount of power they're going to need because of this AI thing. You see, all of a sudden now they got the money to increase the power grid now, when they want to do some wickedness. You see, but y'all can't see it. All right. Ephesians 6, read this yesterday, but we'll go back to it again. I just want to stress the point of the evil day. Okay. Ephesians 6 and 13, I'll go straight to it. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. Okay. So these days are evil coming up, man. All right. And if you don't have the covering of the Lord, you're listening to a leader, a so-called leader, telling you anything but what the charagma is, when that's the most pertinent thing. That's what's on the horizon. I mean, it's literally unfolding under our eyes. You're going to get swept up in the evil day. Okay. It says, having done all to stand. All right. The Lord is not going to accept an almost, man. This is the put your best or don't even try at all, man. You might as well go back into the world, man. That's why Apostle Har speak about just being on fire. Because even when you are on fire, guess what? That still ain't enough. And that's the mindset you got to have, man. We're not worthy of salvation, but we know the Lord promised it to a remnant. Okay. And so we're aligning ourselves. We're examining ourselves to make sure to give ourselves the best shot to be a part of that remnant. This thing is about mercy, man. You can't get in by keeping the law. Okay. The Lord gotta have mercy on you, man. Okay. But I'll get this in 2 Ezra 14 and I'll close it. 2 Ezra 14. And let's see, where is it? Yep. And 14, let go from the mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man, put now off the weak nature. Why do you need to do that? Because you're about to see things that are going to make you want to throw up. Okay. You're about to smell things that make you want to throw up. Okay. You're going to see things that make you just want to go back to the spirit world. And a lot of people will. A lot of people are going to eat a shotgun, man, when they see all of this shit going down. You know, because they're going to know deep down that this thing in America, it ain't coming back. Because deep down, you Americans know the rest of the world hates you. You see, deep down, y'all know, man. You can go to another country. They live in dirt poor and they over there making sweatshirts for America for 13 cents. And then you over here buying it for $85. How is that? You know, y'all know. So when you see this hell breaking loose, y'all are going to know it's over with, man. Okay, this is verse 15. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. All right. So you gotta know what the hell is going on. So if you don't have the understanding, you don't know, you know what time it is, and what would be the indicators of these times, like the charagma. You're not going to flee, just like the ISUPK told you to take the whatchamacallit in 2020. See, that was a test. You were supposed to flee from that, man. But y'all not reading the signs and the time that we're in and what this devil is up to. Okay? It says, verse 16, the main point, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Okay? So this is going to get way, way worse. Anything outside of the spirit of the Lord and the armor of the Most High, you're through. Okay, absolutely through. Israelite or not, if you don't have those, you're through. Okay. So I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rachak Wadash Shalom.